Hey everybody, welcome to the blog workshop, the Monday morning blog workshop. See, as soon as I hit play, I forgot what I was doing. Welcome to the Monday morning blog workshop. I'm Kelly, the Take Action Mom, and I'm here with my buddy Jackie Lee. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
I'm going in and out of focus. Since I upgraded my Windows, it did something with my camera and it put it on autofocus, and I cannot find the place where I used to switch it to be a fixed focus doesn't exist anymore, and I can't find I can't find how to stop it from doing this. So you're just gonna have to deal with me going in and out of focus. Maybe it'll be better if I'm a little out of focus. I don't know. So I hope you can look past that and just listen to what I've got to say here. This month, we've decided that we're going to talk about how you can use your blog to market your business. Because when you think about it, really, I mean, we always say what you do, well, I'm a blogger. But, you know, really, your blog itself isn't really your business as far as being your work-at-home business. You've got something else that you use your blog to sell, because you can't sell your blog unless you make it private and charge people to come and look at your posts, I guess. Which some people do, but that's not really what we're talking about here. So, you know, you're gonna have to have something else that you sell on your blog, and the purpose of your blog is to bring traffic in, so that they can buy whatever it is you're selling. It sounds a little what's the word I'm looking for? Mercenarial, but it's really not. I mean, this is a business. And you've got to think of it in terms of a business. Were you going to say something?
No, I was laughing at your mercenarial word.
Oh. Okay. Is that a word, mercenarial? Or should it just have been mercenary?
I'm not sure.
So it sounded like a big word, though. It sounded important, like I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about a lot of other forms of publishing, like magazines, television, newspapers, they don't really make a lot of their money. Television doesn't make its money by broadcasting. It makes money by putting ads on during the shows. Newspapers, the same thing. 35 cents for a newspaper doesn't cover a lot. They make most of their money through their advertising. And the same thing for magazines. You know, if you look at Vogue or Cosmo, it's like 50% of the magazine is ads, and that's where they make their money. And a lot of times with your blog, that's how you're going to make your money too. You're going to be advertising something. That something may be something that you've created yourself. It may be, you know, your own products or services that you provide that you're going to make money with. But one of my favorite ways of earning money with my blog is with affiliate marketing. It's how I started making money originally on the internet. It's one of the first things I ever did to make money on the internet. And it's something that anybody can do. And it goes very well hand in hand with a blog. Because when you're blogging, you know, you've got people that you want to talk to, right? Isn't that basically what your blog is you talking to people and talking about things that are important to you and things that you want to share with them. So as you're sharing things with them, a lot of times you come across products that you think the people coming to your blog are going to like or that they need. And that's your sweet spot right there. When you've got things that they like or need, want or need, you can show them where to find that product. And when they buy it, you get a commission. Now, we've talked about affiliate products before in the workshop, you know, and doing affiliate products before and how they work. So you can always go back and check the previous workshop to learn more about affiliate products. What I want to talk about more specifically today is how you can. There's three main ways, in my opinion, that you can share affiliate products on your blog. So I want to talk specifically about those because we're talking about, you know, how to market things. So let's just get into that. Do you have anything you want to add before we get started?
Yeah, one quick thing though. I think that you brought it up, but one of the most important pieces, I think, to making affiliate sales on your blog is to be really clear about who you're talking to. and what they need. Because I know on many of my blogs in the past, I've put up things that I liked, and they never sold. But it was because I realized later that they weren't a good fit for my market, and I thought I was talking to people I wasn't necessarily talking to. And I think that's happened to you, Kelly, with this new blog, that you thought you were talking to one set of people, but then you realize as time went on that actually the people coming to your blog are a really different group of people. So being really clear about who's visiting your site and who you're talking to is probably the most important piece of a successful affiliate marketing on your blog.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because if it's not, a match, if your message and your market don't match the products that you're offering to them, they're not going to buy it. I mean, if I'm a vegetarian, I'm not going to buy a hamburger. So you need to make sure that you're sharing vegetarian items if you're talking to vegetarians. So, I mean, that's just a really simple example, and it gets more complicated depending on, the kind of things you're talking about in your blog. But you need to really sit down and take some time to figure that out. It seems like one of those frou-frou things that people tell you to do that's really not that important, but it's a crucial element to making affiliate marketing work on your blog.
Absolutely. You really need to know who your audience is. And to do that, you can't blog in a vacuum. You have to connect with those people. That's one of the reasons it's so important you start building your list. It gives you a way to communicate with the people who are interested in following you. Jackie and I have started a Facebook group for the people who are on our lists, and that's another way that enables us to connect with those people and learn more about them so that we can put out information that's helpful for those people. So the first way, and these are when I'm talking about how you can market affiliate products on your blog today, I'm being very literal. I'm talking about exactly how you can put them on your blog. So the first thing, and the easiest way that you can market anything on your blog really, is to put an ad in your sidebar. Now, this is super easy to do. You do it once and it's done, and you never have to mess with it again, unless you want to change what you're marketing. But it's also the least effective. I mean, let's face it. The easier something is, you can pretty much expect that it's going to be less effective. I mean, if it was easy to do, everybody'd be doing it, and we'd all be rich. So as blogging has grown over the last 5 or 10 years, people have gotten accustomed to seeing ads on blogs, and they've kind of developed a blind spot. Now, like what Jackie was saying, the things that you put in your sidebar, you want to make sure that they fit with your people who are coming to your blog. She kind of touched on this. When I started my blog, I had it in my head that I was going to be talking to people who are very new to blogging, people who didn't know the basics, and so a lot of the things I put on my sidebar were things for people who are just starting, where to find hosting. I don't know, there were a few other things. But as my blog grew and I started growing more of an audience, because really this blog for me I started in February. It's really a very new blog. I just started in February. So I really didn't have an audience when I started it. I had to grow my audience, and the audience that I expected to get isn't really the audience that I got. And that's okay, because that's the awesome thing about taking action is once you get going, you can always change direction. So it worked out fine for me. As I learned the people that were coming to my blog, which for the most part tends to be people who have already got a blog and want to figure out how to make it work better. So I was able to change that and start looking for things that would help those people. So as I knew who my niche was and what they needed, I was able to help them out more. And the great thing about that is the things that I can do to help them out are things that can help me make money. So it's a win-win for everybody. And that's your sweet spot with your blog, is finding things that will help them and make you money. If you're planning on making money with your blog. So if that's your goal. And if it's not, I'm not sure why you're here, really. So, it's great if you are, but that's what we're talking about. So, so your sidebar, like I was saying, there are people have developed kind of a blind spot to ads on blogs. Sometimes I don't even notice my ads. If I'm reading one of my posts and rereading it and checking it for spelling errors or whatever after it's been up for a week, I like to go back and check and reread and make sure there wasn't some glaring mistake I didn't see before. I don't even notice my ads. I don't notice them. I'm sure a lot of other people don't notice them as they're reading the post because it's out of their field of vision. When blogging first started, people would put these huge banners, sparkly, jumping around, animated, doing all kinds of crazy things. And people would click on it all excited, wow, that's so pretty. But over the years, people have just gotten so used to seeing those ads, they just don't even pay attention to them. So for that reason, those sidebar ads aren't as effective as they used to be. So what do you do then? If that's not, it's great to have them there because the first time somebody comes to your blog, they're going to be interested. And they're going to be looking more than someone who's been there a few times, than your return visitors.
Kelly, the other thing that is really good about having them there is once you start building a community and they know you, like you, and they trust you, they're going to want to buy from you. And when they need something, like maybe they're not at the point where they need that thing yet, but if you have it in your sidebar and when they get to the point where they need that thing, they'll be like, oh, Kelly sells that. And they'll go to your blog and boom, it'll be right there in your sidebar. It'll be very easy for them to find.
Yes.
So that's how it's always worked on my blog. My blog is like the sidebar things don't really, sell to new people or just to new traffic or cold traffic. They end up selling to the people who have been around for a while and are finally ready to get that thing that I love. And they come and it's right there easy enough to find.
That's a good point. Yeah. So not the most effective thing, but a good thing to have.
Absolutely.
That's what we're saying here. The next way that you're going to want to sell on your blog is by solving a problem for someone. You're gonna have as you get to know your niche, you're going to learn the problems that they have, what kind of problems face them, the things that what people are coming to your blog for, what are people searching for, what keyword phrases are they using when they come to your blog. These are all what kind of comments do people leave, what questions do they ask you. When you're building your email list, sometimes people are going to respond to you from your email and say, I've been having a problem with this. We've got the Facebook group. People ask questions in there about issues that they're having. As you start learning the problems that people in your niche have, you can address those problems. And a lot of times you'll do that in the form of a blog post, obviously, where you talk about that problem and say, are you having a problem with XYZ? Here's 7 solutions to that problem. And one of those solutions might be the affiliate product. So you're going to talk about different ways to solve that problem. Your blog post is going to be about that problem. And as you talk about it, you may have several, there's going to be several different ways. People love lists, so it's always nice to go with here's 7 ways or here's 5 ways, whatever, to solve that problem. And one of those things is going to be your affiliate product.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second? I would suggest that the affiliate product be the last one and the best one. So you can say you can do it here, this way, or this way. You can kind of give reasons why those aren't the best ways as you're going, like maybe it takes extra time or it's a complicated way, and then the last one on your list is like the best option. And you can give more reasons why, like it solves the problems that might have made the other ones not so great.
And I've done that a lot of times on my blog, even when it wasn't, what was that? I was doing I did a blog post on how to get more fans to follow you more people to follow you on Twitter. And I wrote several different ways that you could do that, going onto Twitter and doing this, a website where you could go and follow people, follow other people, how to find all these different things. And then the last thing I put on there was, and by the way, if you don't have time to do all this, here's something that automates it for you. It was an affiliate product. So, you know, that's exactly the way to do it. But the key here is that you're using your blog post to solve a problem for somebody.
Right.
You're looking for a problem that your readers have, and you want to give them solutions for it. And being able to give them a few choices is great, you know, and then give them something that makes it really easy, that for $9.99 they can buy it and not have to worry about it anymore. So that's number 2. That's the second method. The last one, and is probably the most effective way of selling products, and that's by doing an actual product review. This is where you want to tie this in with solving a problem, but the biggest thing is that you're talking about the product itself, and you want to give people all the information on this product that you can. You want to give pros and cons. You don't want to just be a super, this thing's so awesome, get it, get it, get it, get it. You want to talk about the problems with it too, because it's important when you're doing a review that, you know, let people make the decision for themselves whether it's the product that's right for them or not. If the product's right for them, it's not going to matter that it's got a few things on the con side, you know. If it solves the problem that they need solved, the cons may not be that big a deal. I mean, if it's not for me, if I'm using this product and I like it enough that I want to do a review on it, obviously the cons aren't that big a deal for me. So I need to let other people make that decision for themselves and not try to push them into a decision by only giving the positives. See what I'm saying? It's not a very ethical way of doing things. You need to make sure that your reviews are fair.
And also, the other thing is that if you are only having positive things to say about that, people aren't going to believe you. I mean, there's really anything in the world that only has positives to it. When you add in, you know, something that's not quite right or you wish it would be a little bit different, it makes your review more real and more believable. So don't be afraid to put in something that's not quite right or something that you would like to see a little bit different, because it's just going to make you seem like a real person doing a real review and giving people the whole story. And if you don't give the whole story, then people just aren't going to believe you. They're going to think you're holding something back. They're going to wonder, yeah, but what's the catch? And if you share the catch with them, then they're like, oh, well, that's the catch. I can deal with that.
Exactly.
So you need to make sure that you don't just go, oh, this is awesome, awesome, awesome. Go ahead and throw in there, you know, some of the things that you didn't quite like or that you wish were a little bit different. It really does make a huge difference in your review.
And another thing that's really great to do is tell people how you use it. Mm-hmm. Because something I shared on my Facebook page the other day is blogging as a way of writing about yourself so that other people think you're writing about them, so that your readers think you're writing about them. And when you write about how you use something, they can see themselves using it that way. You know, it helps them imagine themselves using it.
You know, sorry, Kelly.
No, go ahead.
This reminds me of Pat Flynn. He is an affiliate for Bluehost, and he did a video where he walked through setting up a brand new WordPress blog in 4 minutes. He did a video, he shot the whole thing like screen capture, and he just walked people through it. This, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. 4 minutes, bam, you're done. He, like, literally brings in so much money, like tens and tens of thousands of dollars every single month from Bluehost from that video. Because he's helping people solve a problem, how to easily, you know, set up a WordPress blog. He's also doing a quick review, and it's on video so people can see. They can see for themselves just how simple it is. And they're like, oh, that is the solution for me. And they're clicking it. So don't, you know, forget about video. Video is always a great way a great element to add to a review or to a problem-solving post, for sure.
And that's great. That's what I did with my co-schedule review.
Me too.
I talked about the pros and the cons of the product. I talked about how I use it. I put up videos of how I use it and how easy it is to use. And that's been, out of every affiliate product that I've got on my blog, that's been my best, the one I've gotten the most sales on. So, you know, that it works. Doing reviews of a product works because you have to think about how people search. There's there's when people are looking to buy something, and this is true. It does. I talk, a lot about things, blogging products, because that's what I do on my blog. But this is true no matter what you're blogging about. If you're blogging about photography and you're selling different photo equipment, if you're doing product reviews for sponsored posts, it doesn't matter if it's tomato sauce, if it whatever it is that you're writing about, it's the same rules apply. And when you can show people how this thing is going to work for them, how it's going to make their life easier, how it's going to solve a problem, that's what they're going to buy.
Absolutely. Yeah,
sure. I had something I was actually getting in to say, and then I sidetracked myself.
Were you going to talk about the buying cycle?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. When people are searching for something, and this is true no matter what the product is, they start out searching for, let's say it's a tomato sauce. They start out searching for, how do I make spaghetti sauce? And they might look at recipes, they might look at different stuff. Then they might look like, what's the best tomato sauce to use in my spaghetti sauce, or and then finally they're gonna read about different kinds of different brands, and then they're gonna do a search for Heinz tomato sauce. Exactly. And this is the point. Up until now, they've been looking for information. When people search for a product by name, that's usually the point where they're looking to actually buy that product. So if you're doing if your posts, what I'm trying to say here is, if you do a review post, you're actually talking about that product, so you're finding people when they're at that point in the buying cycle that they're looking to buy that product.
So make sure you use the product name in your blog post.
Exactly. Well, if you're doing a review, that's going to be the key. You're talking about that product, so you're going to get the search action to that post for people who are actually looking for that product and wanting to buy it. And that's why doing reviews is probably the most efficient. I'm not even going to say probably. I shouldn't even say that. I use too many filler words when I talk. That's why doing review post is the most efficient way of selling any affiliate product, because you're actually getting people who are at that point in the buying process that they're ready to buy it now.
Yeah, the thing is that when you do like the problem post, they are great, and they are really, really good for people who are already followers of your blog. But the problem is that it's still an information part of the buying cycle. People are still trying to figure out the solution that they're looking for. So when they come to your problem post, they're not necessarily at the end of the buying cycle. They're not ready to buy. They're still looking for a solution. They're looking for information. So when you do the review post, that's when you get people at the end of the buying cycle, when they're looking for their solution that they've already identified that they want to buy. They're just looking for a little push over the edge that they know. You're going to help them know that this is the best solution for the problem that they're having. And that's really what you want your review to do, is just help them feel good about the decision that they've already made to buy whatever it is that you're reviewing.
There you go.
There you go. We're done.
I think with that, we're done. Let me recap really quickly. You can put things in your sidebar. You can write a post where you're solving a problem and add your affiliate product as one of the solutions to that problem, or you can do a review of the product itself. And each one of those is a little more effective than the one before it. But each one of them has its place, and I think all three of them need to be a part of your
repertoire.
Yeah. Not the word I was looking for, but we'll go with that because it's.
I mean, because even if you are doing like the problem post, it can serve two purposes. It can serve to get people to know you and to like you and to maybe get on your list because you've provided them with information that's really helping them make a decision. So you may not sell the affiliate product from that post, but you may gain a subscriber, or you may gain a follower or something so that you can continue. And then when you do the next review, they'll see it. So don't shy away from doing all three of these things because they all work. One, some just work much better and much more effectively than others, but they all work.
And let's remember too that yes, your blog is your business and your goal is to make money. But always remember that first and foremost you have to keep in mind, how can I help my readers? Because if you're not doing that, nothing else is going to work. If you're not connecting with people and giving them information that helps them or interests them, or that in some way you have to be giving them information that entertains or educates. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to make the money. So no matter what you're trying to sell, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So that really has to be your main focus. I try to educate with every one of my posts. I try to put information that is helpful to people, and that's why I can sell affiliate products. So there we go. I think that's our time.
A great point.
I think that's our time. It's almost a half an hour.
Okay.
Yay! We're actually going to finish on time and not be here an hour and a half going, oh my gosh, we went too long. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I'm Kelly, the Take Action Mom. This is my buddy Jackie. And we will see you next week at the same time. That's 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. Until then, take care and take action.
Bye.
Bye.